You're being sued, ma'am, for $4,250 for damages to the plaintiff's 2024 Kia.
It was an accident.
And in my moment of panic, I took my foot off the brake because all I could think about was making sure that she was okay.
What happened with this incident has torn your relationship apart.
I feel that it wasn't my fault, and now that she's suing me, it's like, what is going on? I mean, come on, we're friends.
For the first time, we're bringing justice to you. Your location is the courtroom, and the truth has nowhere to hide.
That tells me all I need to know. I understand you don't like each other. I don't care.
Judge Faith, a former criminal prosecutor, legal analyst, and now creator of the first courtroom where justice has no walls, filters, or boundaries. Only truth. Virtual Justice with Judge Faith.
Hey there, it's your favorite judge. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to join the fastest growing court community on YouTube. Remember, virtual justice doesn't happen without you. So go ahead, subscribe, or risk being held in contempt.
Miss Yo Younger,
Yes, Your Honor.
you are suing Miss Catherine Kitty Walensky. You're being sued, ma'am, for $4,250 for damages to the plaintiff's 2024 Kia Forte.
Yes.
She claims that it was due to your negligence, ma'am, that her car ran into a fence. I understand that you say you do not owe this money, but the two of you are friends. You have an interesting background. I'll start with you, Miss Younger. Tell me about your relationship with Miss Walensky.
Well, I met her about 9 years ago, and she was performing, and I met her after the show, and she was just really cool, and we
Performing
just
what?
she's a singer, and she was performing a kind of like a cabaret type musical show.
Okay.
And I met her after, and we just kind of clicked, and then we just started kind of keeping in touch, and then we decided to meet, and we became really good friends. And then over the pandemic, we spent a lot of time together. So yeah, this has been upsetting because, we're very close, and this has just been a lot. It's just been a lot.
So you were singing in a cabaret show, and she
Yes.
came up to you afterwards and just introduced herself?
Yes, she did. She came up to me and she wanted to get a picture with me, and she just thought I was the cat's meow.
Okay, so she was a fan.
We just hit it off.
Okay. So you hit it off, you start working together, you live in the same city, so you start hanging out on a regular occasion.
Mhm.
So this friendship, as most relationships do, it ebbs and flows over the course of years. But what happened with this incident has torn your relationship apart. And you say that you don't know if you can maintain the friendship unless this issue is decided between the two of you, because it is a lot of money. It's over $4,000.
Right, right.
So what
And
happened? Yes, Miss Walensky?
Well, I was just going to say it was a shock to me because we have been such close friends, and for her to think that it was my fault, it was an accident. It was an accident. So I feel that it wasn't my fault, and now that she's suing me, it's like, what is going on? I mean, come on, we're friends.
What happened,
I'm
Miss
shocked.
Younger?
Yes, Your Honor. What was the question?
What happened with the incident? Why are you suing?
Well, we had been out shopping together, and she had some groceries. We frequently will go shopping together. She had some groceries in my trunk, and when I dropped her off at her home, I popped the trunk for her to get her groceries out, and then I saw her in the rearview mirror push the trunk back down. And when she did that, she started screaming. And of course, I panicked. And she starts yelling, "Pop the trunk, my finger, my finger." Well, I panicked. So, of course, I just leaned over and popped the trunk. And then I got out of the car and I said, "What happened? Are you okay?" And in my moment of panic, I took my foot off the brake because all I could think about was making sure that she was okay. And then when I got out of the car, it started rolling towards this fence. It wasn't her fence, but it was, I guess it belonged to the city. Just crashed into this fence.
Hmm.
And my car was really, really injured.
Damaged. Okay, and you submitted photos of those damages.
Yes.
I'd like to take a look at them now.
Okay.
Okay, so you have a lot of scratches on the side there and some dents from where the car hit the fence. And when you went to get it repaired, well, first of all, was she okay?
I broke my finger.
You did not break your finger.
I didn't plan to do that. It was an accident.
I know it was an accident, but it was you caused the accident yourself.
And I understand that there was a witness.
So that's what I saw. I was like, what's going on here?
Okay, Miss Jones, I was not expecting that from you today, but okay. Was she okay?
Her finger was cut and it was bleeding, but at the time, she said she didn't think it was that serious.
And what happened, Miss Walensky? How did the accident happen with your finger?
This is what happened. I broke my finger.
Okay.
Now,
Oh, you did not break your finger.
I did break my finger. I did break my finger. And I didn't know at the time that it was broken. It was just, cut and everything. But when I went into the doctor, it's broken. I'm not going to go now. I don't know anybody who is going to purposely, slam their finger in a trunk. I didn't plan to do that. It was an accident. Accidents happen all the time. And
Yes.
for you, Yo Younger, to say that was my fault, sorry, honey.
No, all I'm saying is that I know it was an accident, but it was you caused the accident yourself. I didn't cause that to happen.
No,
And so
I didn't. I'm not saying
as
you
a
did.
friend, I'm just asking you to, help me pay for this, because if I report this to my insurance company, my premiums are going to go sky high.
But what you're telling the judge is that I am at fault for this. When you're the one who left your car out of park, you didn't put it in park. You just
Yeah,
had
but why did I do that, Kitty? I was panicking.
Okay, and Miss Walensky,
Yes.
when she asked you to pay for some of the damages for the car, you didn't feel, I know you did not intentionally slam your finger, but you felt no responsibility?
Well, I feel some responsibility, absolutely. But for her to say it's my fault, no way. I'm sorry, it is not. It was, again, an accident. And accidents happen all the time.
Now, Miss Walensky, are you still under doctor's orders to have your finger in a brace, or did you just put that on for court today?
I just put it on for court today.
Okay, as a demonstration.
No, I did not do that. It's in a little cast.
Okay, so it's still in the cast.
Unbelievable.
And I understand that there was a witness who happened to be traveling. She's not from your area, but she happened to be traveling and in this area and witnessed this incident that happened. And so she came to court today to shed light on what she observed. So Miss Stephanie Jones, thank you for being here, ma'am. What did you see that day in terms of this incident?
Well, I was visiting a friend in Palm Springs, and I went outside to her porch to check my emails, and I was sitting, looking down at my phone, and then all of a sudden I heard a scream, and then I looked up, and I just see this car rolling towards this fence or like a fence that's not like a house, but it was like a city fence, and then they were like arguing. Two ladies were arguing, two blonde girls, and I wanted to film it. I would have had it filmed, but my phone died. And I was like, oh my gosh. So that's what I saw. I was like, what's going on here? This car just.
Everybody wants to pull out their phones to.
Who just want to be viral?
Oh my goodness. Okay, Miss Jones, I was not expecting that from you today,
Yes.
but okay. So you saw that they were arguing, you saw the screaming. Did you know exactly what happened? But then you saw the car rolling towards the fence.
I didn't really know exactly what happened. I just heard the scream and then the car rolling and they were arguing.
And so, Miss Jones, could you make out anything that they said?
Well, I heard the one lady telling the other lady that, look what you did to my car, look at my car.
Yes, because I'm a very careful driver.
Obviously not. Obviously
I
not.
cannot believe that you are doing this. I mean, all I needed
You're the
was
one
my
who's suing me, Missy.
Even though your deductible is only $1,000, you don't want to pay it. You're not suing for the deductible. You want her to pay over $4,000 for the actual damages. Now, why do you think that's fair?
If the situation was reversed, I would offer to pay her.
Well, it's not reversed, and you aren't her. And so, Miss Jones, could you make out anything that they said?
Well, I heard the one lady telling the other lady that, look what you did to my car, look at my car. You did this, it's your fault, it's your fault. You made me do this.
Hmm.
You stressed me out. She was just like freaked out that it was her fault that her car rolled into that fence.
Yes, because I'm a very careful driver and I never have
Obviously not.
accidents.
Obviously
I
not.
cannot believe that you are doing this. I mean, all I needed
You're the
was
one
my
who's suing me, Missy.
I
You're
just
the one
needed
who's
my
suing
friend
me.
to offer to pay for it because you saw how upset I was and my car, and it's a lot of money.
You're blaming me for something that you did, yo. Okay?
just
It was an
think-
accident. My part was an accident. Yours wasn't. Yours was negligence. There it is.
Because
There
of
it
what
is.
you did. So it's kind of like 50-50. It's not like, it's completely my fault and I was negligent. I wouldn't have been negligent if you hadn't had that horrible incident. And who slams their hand in a trunk? I mean, are you 3 years old? Like, I don't. Who does that?
Okay, so I
Well,
think I've heard
obviously
enough.
I
Thank you,
did
Miss
it.
Jones. Thank you, Miss Jones. The two of you, I just
Thank
want to
you,
make
Your
sure I
Honor.
understand. You submitted an invoice for how much the repairs would cost. I want to take a look at that now, Miss Younger. I see the invoice. A total of $4,250 because you do not want to go through your insurance, so you want to pay out of pocket. So even though your deductible is only $1,000, you don't want to pay it. You're not suing for the deductible. You want her to pay over $4,000 for the actual damages. Now, why do you think that's fair?
Well, I just, if the situation was reversed, I would offer to pay her. If
Well,
I
it's
had
not
done
reversed,
something
and
that
you aren't her.
silly to my hand, I would have offered. She didn't even offer. And that's where all of this pain comes from that led me to sue my best friend.
Right. Well, the situation is not reversed and you are not her. And that's what you have to realize. People will react to adversity in different ways. And a lot of times you'll see the true colors. I'm not saying that you're completely wrong here, Miss Walensky, but a lot of times you see the nature of your friendship when things actually happen and you're going through something together. So here's where we are. This is a little bit of a tricky case, and I'll tell you why. You closed the door on your own hand, Miss Walensky, while getting groceries out of the car. So the question is whether you were negligent or was something intentional. Clearly, it was not intentional. But I also don't find that you acted particularly carelessly or maliciously to create some type of liability. The situation would be different, for example, if Miss Walensky decided she was going to play a prank, a joke on you. And when she got her groceries out of the car, she yelled out, "There's a mountain lion coming. Hurry up, get away." And you jumped out of your car and the car crashed and ran to the fence. Because then she created this situation, intentionally created a situation where there was fear, where you were reacting to it and you jumped out and your car crashed. But that's not what happened. It was merely a situation where she had an accident. She slammed her finger. Could it be reasonably foreseeable that when she slammed her finger, you did not have the car in park? You still had the car in drive and that would roll and crash into a fence. Did that situation create some type of legal responsibility? I know in terms of friendship, it just seems like it does, right? Well, this happened, so my reaction was this. But under the law, did that create a legal liability in terms of her with you not having your car in park or releasing your foot off of the brakes? Under the law, unfortunately, it did not.
Want more? Get weekly insights on the law, love, and real life sent straight to your inbox. Join my community at judgefaithjenkins.com. Subscribe to me on YouTube at Judge Faith Jenkins and follow me everywhere, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook.
So my advice to you is instead of trying to sue her for $4,000, go through your insurance company, pay your deductible, and get your car repaired. And if she wants to, out of the kindness of her heart, chip in to help because the circumstances that were created because she hurt her finger, then she can do that. But in terms of being legally responsible, I don't find that moment that it was reasonably foreseeable that you would leave your car running and crash it into a fence. So my judgment in this case is for Miss Walensky in the fact that I do not find that she owes you $4,250, but I do hope that the two of you can somehow resolve this and continue to work out your friendship. Good luck to both of you.
Judge, thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Because the whole thing was so unfortunate, and that I do love my friend, and I will, of course, help her out because I love her.
But look, first, I just want to say, why didn't you just offer that in the beginning?
Because you
Help
wanted
me,
to sue
help
me
me pay the deductible.
you wanted to sue me for the whole amount. That was
Well,
the whole thing. That was the
if
whole
you'd
thing.
have just offered something, but you didn't offer anything, and that's why I got hurt. And I'm sorry. I should have had it in park, but it was a panicked moment, and I hate what it's done to our friendship. I hate it.
Well, I hate it too. So now the judge ruled, and now we'll handle it. But I love you, honey.